Today's energy and today's channel comes from someone in my ancestry. My 10th removed grandmother, so my grandmother 10 times removed, and also her father, my grandfather, 11 times removed, both of whom were of Abenaki heritage. Not that it was called that at the time, they were just Abenaki. My grandfather was a shaman of the tribe, and then at some point started working with the French to Christianize the Abenaki people. My grandmother, his daughter, was one of the first recorded people to marry into the French people, and the French people vice versa, marrying into the Abenaki. I'm sure it was not the first, but it was apparently one of the first recorded, just as a bit of history. And she came through today with a great need to share a message of integration. Seems pretty obvious, but integration during that time was messy. In fact, my ancestry stops at their line because they joined, quote unquote, the North American allegiance and became a part of history. If they had stayed where they were, they would never have had any records or historical reference at all. And there's an integration happening today that she wants to speak of. It's not a racial integration. It's not an integration revolving around boundaries, imagined boundaries. It's a spiritual integration. We are coming together, not just amongst ourselves, but also galactically. We are coming together. We are melding spirit. And she's reminding us to remain open to that. The best way to do so is through compassion, kindness, and love. As soon as we make ourselves an other, we stop the process. Not that it can be halted completely, but we slow it. We slow the process. And coming together spiritually, integrating spiritually, is a prediction amongst all, or at least most, indigenous tribes across North America and probably elsewhere. This prophecy that all of the races would come together wasn't just about material race. It wasn't just about white, indigenous, brown. It was all of the races, the lines of spiritual existence, beliefs, belief systems shifting so that they are able to meld and we are able to fully recognize that all belief systems, no matter what the narrative behind them, no matter what the dogma behind them, are coming from one source, one understanding. We can say on a simple level, simple, but on a simple level that that source is love, but it's beyond feeling and behavior and intention. It's a source of support. It's not the creator. It's beyond that. It's the creation, she says. And it's time for us to begin living in the creation, being the creation and creating from the creation, rather from the separate self, the separate group, the separate dogma. Again, to do that, she's encouraging inclusion, kindness, compassion, and love in order to remain open to all around us, even those whom we believe don't deserve that openness. Her French name was Marie, and Marie is my middle name. And the name Marie, she's saying, is a very common name, obviously, Marie, Mary, very rooted in the Christian dogma. But that's another example of expanding beyond the material and looking into the more expansive view of Marie, Mary, and all of these shared aspects that we have as humans and outside of being human. The existences and presences that we are unaware of, the galactic presence as well. We share all of these identical lines of identification, she's saying, and yet we lock ourselves into the meaning of those things without allowing ourselves to see outside the box of what they could be. So, just to go back to the name Marie and how many of us have that, particularly as a middle name, but also as a first name. It's a common name, Mary, Marie. And that name embodies an energy of sacrifice, openness, generosity, learning, teaching, presence. And I'm connecting these to the Christian aspect of the name, but I'm moving outside of the Christian aspect of the name, she says, and looking at the spiritual drive behind those women with that name in that time, the support, the love, and the openness that was behind them that allowed them to endow endow such a name with the spiritual strength that it has. It's it's what we're being asked to recognize. She is asking us to recognize the expansiveness beyond our understanding and to then integrate that expansiveness together so that we can more quickly, so that we can accelerate the process of spiritual integration and become new versions of who we are, transcend our DNA, allow it to evolve so that we can find peace, harmony, and understanding. Thank you.